Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder and attorney at Meldon Law. We have had an exciting week. I know everybody on the staff is so happy that the kids are going back to school and they can get back to their normal lives. That's what counts, is parents being able to see the kids in school. And our team at Meldon Law has had a great summer. We took everybody on a cruise, wonderful cruise, 4 days out of Port Canaveral, and it was awesome. So anyhow, we're back in the swing of things. People are talking about not only getting back to school, but football season. As many of you know, we're the only law firm partner of the Florida Gators. We specialize in personal injury cases, and if you have a case now and you want us to review it with you, give us a call. There's no obligation. We're glad to help you figure out what the best avenue is for yourself. And at Meldon Law, we focus in on the client experience. We want to make sure that we apply the golden rule and have you treated the same way we would want to be treated if we were going to a law firm for help with regard to a serious accident. So Meldon Law, you can call us at 352-373-8000 or go to meldonlaw.com. Either way, you'll find us, and I promise you'll have an exceptional experience. We're here at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, as usual, but last night was really special here. The second anniversary of Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and all the celebs were in attendance here. It was a sold-out house. Freddie Wiebe, our managing partner at Spurrier's, put on a great show. The food, as usual, was awesome. And we had a chance to catch up with a lot of friends, including the head ball coach, Steve Spurrier, Buddy Martin, our good friend from Ocala, who is a great Gator supporter. Shane Matthews, who has an awesome podcast in his own right that Meldon Law sponsors. And of course, we had Jeff Cardozo and Pat Dooley, who have the Meldon Law ESPN spot every day, Monday through Friday from 5 to 6, 850 WRUF. It's also digital. I don't remember what the digital call numbers are, but anyhow, it's there if you want to find it. ESPN 850 Gainesville WRUF AM. Anyhow, a couple other things going on. We're getting ready for the big weekend, October 20th. So that is the Florida-Georgia game, and it's going to be really exciting. Even though Georgia will be heavily favored this year, the Gators are ready to surprise some teams. So join us. We're giving away Meldon Law Florida-Georgia weekend giveaway. 3 days. You come in Friday, leave Sunday. We have a beautiful hotel at the hotel room at the Hilton for 2 nights stay, plus dinner Friday night at Ruth Chris Steakhouse. And then you can take the boat over to the game right across the river, and you'll be invited to a VIP experience before the game. Great seats, 2 great seats for the game, and a personalized autographed helmet from Coach Billy Napier to you. So check it out. It's going to be fun, and we're really excited about this promotion. Go to Meldon Law Facebook page, and you'll see the VIP experience for Florida, Georgia, and enter it. It's really a fun contest, and it's an awesome prize to win. A couple other things going on. The Tom Petty weekend is coming up October 20th through the 22nd. And if you go to tompettyweekend.com, you will find the lineup Terrific lineup of terrific young artists and some older artists who are going to be celebrating Tom Petty's life in music, doing some of their own work, some of Tom Petty's songs. And this year it's really exciting that Tom Petty Nation is heavily involved in promoting this year's event. It's at Heartwood in Gainesville, Florida. And all you have to do is go to Tom Petty Weekend, and you will see some of the great packages. I think for a 3-day weekend package, the VIP tickets go anywhere from $150 to $500 for the whole package. And Thursday night, there's going to be a VIP party at the Cade Museum in Gainesville where you can see the new Tom Petty exhibit. His daughter Adria got together with the Cade family and put together a really neat exhibit in the museum of Tom Petty's Wildflowers memorabilia, some of the handwritten notepads that he used to write the songs in that album. And for those of you that don't remember, Wildflowers was originally 25 songs. They had to cut it to 15, and they released it in a single album. And then about almost 30 years later, 26 years later, whatever, they released the full album, the double album. So check it out. It's a great exhibit, the Cade Museum in Gainesville. We had a terrific event at World Equestrian Center in Ocala last weekend. It was really fun. Meldon Law showed up and had a blast. It was a lot of fishing, a lot of hunting. The Outdoor Expo, I believe it was called. So we love our friends at World Equestrian Center. They're doing great. We have, the Alzheimer's Walk. Get your team together. My wife Patricia and I are co-chair this year, along with John Tull from Florida Sports Properties, promoting the Alzheimer's Walk. There's a new drug on the market that is helping folks with Alzheimer's, particularly early stage Alzheimer's. And it is the first time that we've actually had an FDA approved drug on the market. And for those of you that have loved ones that are suffering from early onset dementia or Alzheimer's, please check us out, alz.org, alz.org. And I would really encourage you to participate either by donating some money or by marching with us. It's the morning of October 21st, a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. We're going to have a good time. Last year was a blast. It's really a kind of a carnival atmosphere to try to rouse up the troops and have a good time. So those are things that we can start working on right now. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, come and join us. You can see Coach Spurrier's helmets in the background, and I can't tell you how much Spurrier's has meant to the Gator Nation as far as recruiting and just all of our friends all around us here. We're in this podcast booth, and it's really cool because we can see all the people. They open the doors at 4 p.m. and everybody starts coming in and having a good time. And by the time we finish the podcast, there'll be a lot more people here because that's what happens at Spurrier's. Anyhow, we want to get to our guest. We have a terrific guest today, Jamie Perez, the owner of Monumentum Dance Arts. And we're going to be back in just a few minutes with Jamie Perez. Attention all Gator fans, Meldon Law is giving away a chance to experience the Florida-Georgia game like never before. 2-night stay at the Hilton on the River, dinner at Ruth Chris Steakhouse, 2 premium tickets to the game, and a football signed by Coach Billy Napier, and much more. Go to the Meldon Law Facebook page and look for the VIP experience for 2. Good luck and go Gators! I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there, and I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
I was driving behind a lady, and very suddenly she moved out of the way. There was a log laying in the road, and when I hit my brakes, I went on top of the log. I had 2 herniated discs. I just haven't been the same since. Jeffrey Meldon fought for me all the way. Him and his team really went there for me. Throughout the whole lawsuit, he made sure that my bills was paid. It was never no whenever I called him and asked him for something.
Call Meldon Law right now.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon, because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey!
You again!
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Jeffrey!
Somebody else hit us here.
Yeah.
Here we go again. And friends, I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder and attorney at Meldon Law, and we have a wonderful guest, Jamie Perez. Good afternoon, Jamie. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
So you're a performer, and you just told me that when you're performing, you're not nervous, but on a podcast, you start getting a little nervous.
It's terrible. You kick into auto drive when you're performing, and you're just so exhilarated, and you're so in the moment that just time passes, and you don't get a chance to be nervous.
Well, that's kind of what a podcast is like.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're focused in on dance studios and the dance arts, right?
Yes, that's correct. We've dabbled a little bit in tumbling, which is a form of gymnastics, and then also now cheerleading. So we're kind of expanding a little bit.
Well,
kids' interests are getting bigger.
I want to start by hearing this story. How did you get involved?
So dance has always been it for me. I started when I was 3. I had a little bit of a rocky family home life. So being at dance was like the escape for me. I couldn't get enough. I really loved being there every step of the way. Created a dance family, friends, teachers became, my second moms. And it really became a safe place for me, and I loved it. And I was like, wow, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. But then I went to college and I got a dance degree, and I was like, maybe I want to perform. So I went and did that for a little bit. But ultimately, from day one, the dream was always to open a studio.
And what have you done as far as opening studios?
So I met this really great guy in Alachua, my current landlord. He believed in me. He had no idea what dance was going to do for Alachua, and he said, okay, let's do this. And so he gave me this chance, and I think his family thought he was crazy. But I opened up my first studio in Alachua and then just grew yearly into his plaza. So I have 3 spaces in his plaza now, and he was always there to support me and help me any way that I could. So really, without him, the dream wouldn't have came alive. So
what's his name?
Joe Fincher. He is now since passed, but he is definitely was, there for me, 100%.
Well, thank you, Joe Fincher.
Definitely.
You're looking down in heaven,
Definitely.
and the seeds you sowed are sprouting now.
Totally.
So Alachua was your first studio, right?
Yes.
And what were you teaching in the beginning?
In the beginning, we were just doing the basics, the tumbling, tap, jazz, ballet, contemporary, hip-hop, a little bit of hip-hop. It was very basic. We had like one class of each style, and then as the demand grew, we got more teachers, and we were able to offer more classes, but we needed more space, hence why we had to get a second dance room, and so we could run 2 classes at the same time, and we were able to kind of expand on our schedule a little bit.
So who are some of the students that you have? I mean, are they younger kids or teenagers? What's the age range?
Sure, definitely. Our classes start at age 2. As long as they're potty trained, they're ready to come in, then they're ready to get their tutus on, and we go. And we hope that they stay there till they graduate. We have kids all the way up to 18, and they graduate with us, and it's a really cool experience to watch them grow up.
Well, when I was younger, like 3 or 4, I was pigeon-toed. And this is a long, long time ago, but the doctor told my mother that I should start taking dance classes. So from the time I was like 5 or 6 years old, first I started in tap dance. Then I went into jitterbug. Then I went into Latin dancing. Then I went into ballroom dancing. Mm-hmm. And my whole, childhood growing up, I was in dance classes. So I have a fond memory of what it was like going to dance classes.
And it's funny that you say that, because I get that a lot now for many different things, whether it's learning disabilities, physical disabilities. They say, my doctor says we should try dance. They try it, and then ultimately they are coming to me, thanking me for so many different reasons, whether their kid is now able to be in a social environment, whether their kid is able to, walk a straight line, whether their muscle density has gotten better. Like, they come to me, and when I opened the studio, I didn't realize how much of an impact that would make on that type of situation. So
yeah, no, I mean, I think dancing can be a form of expression, particularly for kids that are, whether it's a learning disability, trouble at home, or they aren't getting enough exercise, or whatever. We express ourselves in different ways. Some people express themselves better with words. Some people express themselves better through dance.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely all-encompassing and definitely can help. You don't have to be going to a dance class to become a professional dancer. You can just go to have fun. I mean, all of us have this like inner heartbeat. They hear music. I mean, the babies, they start shaking before they even go to their first dance class. So, I mean, and nature tells us we love to dance. We love music. And so we just kind of help foster that. And then we give the kids the opportunity to perform and kind of find a different love for it.
Well, I'm going to have to bring my granddaughter Naomi up here.
Oh,
because
yes.
She's 6 now. And
that's the perfect age.
So she takes her mom's cell phone and puts it on video and sets it up in her bedroom, and she choreographs routines and does dance. And she's getting so good at it that her teacher at school is letting her teach the other kids how to
their
dance.
Routines,
the routines that she does, and she's like always doing, the real, and she keeps a serious face. Like,
oh yes, it's very serious. Yeah, these 6-year-olds, they take this very seriously. they get that routine, and they want you to sit down and watch, and they want your full attention, and
Right, but isn't there something about having a dance face on? Like,
it's your game face. It's no different than a football player. Come on, I mean, dance is no different. We put our game face on, and we go and we get ready, and that's how it goes.
So so tell me about the opportunities that are available now. I know you're actually expanding, right?
Yeah, so we are actually going to be expanding into another location in Alachua called Tech City. We're really excited about that.
Oh yeah, I was talking with Rich Blazer last night.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Mitch Blazer.
Yep. That's going to be my new landlord. So yeah.
And they're like rocking. There's a place called Tech City in Alachua that is becoming a little bit like our mini Silicon Valley.
Definitely.
Right here in Alachua County in the north end, where the city of Alachua is. For those of you who don't know, there's the city of Alachua and the county of Alachua.
That's right.
And Jamie her studios are in the city of Alachua, right?
Correct. Yep.
Within Alachua County.
Yes, that's right. And so moving to Tech City is really kind of an up and coming thing for us. They run all on solar. You know, that area is going to be so great and so really accessible for all the kids who are within the Gainesville area and the High Springs, Alachua area. So it's kind of like a good midpoint.
You know, it's amazing to me that what's going on there, and it's such beautiful land out there.
It is.
High rolling hills, beautiful. It's horse country. It's got all the attributes of the beautiful rolling hills in Marion County and Alachua County, and so it's really neat. And Alachua County is growing in an extraordinary way. I think you've really picked an area where people can commute, and in many ways, it's a lot easier to get to Gainesville from Alachua than it is if you're on the west side of
For
town.
now, anyways.
For now.
We'll see once everybody starts moving in how it goes. But yeah, for now.
We got a little ways.
Yeah.
441 is a 4-lane divided highway from Alachua into Gainesville, and it makes it a lot easier getting there than it does trying to get there from the west side of I-75.
Definitely.
So
yep. And then we were very fortunate to kind of have the opportunity to take over a studio in Lake City. A wonderful woman that I met while I was in college. Her and her daughter and I, we danced together, and she was going to retire and had nobody to take over her studio. And kind of someone reached out to me like, hey, is this something that you want to do? And I was like, you have no one? So all these kids that go to your studio, where are they going to go? So it was kind of one of those opportunities that I gathered my troops and I was like, hey, can we do this? I'm going to need some help. And so we're excited to open our Lake City location in September.
Yeah, we just opened up an office.
I saw that. We're around the corner
Lake
from you.
City. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Where at?
Oh, don't ask me all that. I don't know Lake City like that yet. Yeah, I just know I go to the main road and there you are.
Well, so we're right near I-75 and US 90. That's the main kind of intersection in town where all the action is. So if you're located there, you'll draw people not only from Lake City but Live Oak and Jasper, and because I think it's really important to have an outlet for creative expression for the kids growing up.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there's the focus is always about sports for the boys, and boys dance, girls dance, it doesn't matter, but there's not a whole lot of performing arts anymore, and even in schools that's like the first thing that gets cut. And so if we can keep that in the community and keep that in the families, and even if they dance for a year with us, it doesn't matter, but that exposure to that gives them something valuable for the rest of their life.
Well, you want me to tell you a secret?
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, I was in Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, somebody told me that. I was looking for the video. I was trying to see the video before I came to see you. But I bet that was amazing.
Well, I grew up, like I said, learning the dance of the day, which was jitterbug.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, I'm ready to bring back the jitterbug.
So, no, it's well, you see it a lot. My wife watches reels and stuff, and she'll show me, oh, look at this dance. And now you see a lot of people doing different dances as, just not only on reels, but TikTok and other things. And some of the dancers are just so cool to watch.
Oh my goodness, yes. And just having that accessibility has made our dancers as a whole better because they're exposed to things they wouldn't have been exposed to. I mean, it's so great that I can put on, a Zoom class from New York, but be here in Alachua, you know what I mean? Those kinds of opportunities really weren't available when I was younger. So now, yeah, you're exposed to so many more things, and you kind of, it's amazing what the talent is out there.
So I bring in my 3-year-old granddaughter, and tell me what are some of the different classes that a 3 or 4-year-old could be in. What would you do starting in the early ages?
So the early ages, we recommend starting at like a 30-minute class. It's an introduction to music, dance, movement. They also get to kind of know the format of the class. That's super important. And then we move on to like an hour class, which is tap ballet. So then they get a discipline. They get 2 disciplines in 1 hour. And so those are kind of the foundational, the tap, the ballet. So even though they want to do the hip hop and they want to do all these these fun things that they see on TikTok and all of that. We really try to stay true to the foundations when they're young. And then by the time they're about 4 or 5 years old, then they can start branching off into the tumbling and the hip hop and things like that.
So you still use the shoes with the taps on them?
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, yes. Do you still have your tap shoes?
I don't. I lost those a while ago. However, I do remember tap dancing, and that's how I started dancing.
It's fun, yeah. I mean,
right?
that's, you put on a pair of shoes and they make noise. How cool is that?
I know, and then you could, kind of jump around and make the noise. So
until your parents tell you put them away because they're too noisy.
They're too noisy. So now we're getting into the kids that are in grade school, kindergarten through even up to college or whatever. What are some of the classes that they morph into after the basics?
So usually, if it's a recreational dancer, they'll start at a basic level doing ballet or hip hop or jazz, and then they start seeing other genres, and it really piques their interest, especially once we start doing our shows, our annual shows. They get to really see what is available at our studio, because seeing it on paper or hearing their mom ask if they want to take that class is a lot different than visually seeing it. So once they perform in one of our shows, then it's off to the races, and usually, they're picking up 2 and 3 classes, because every genre is so different, and it brings such a different quality to the movement and how they feel about it inside with the music, because everything changes. So we're going into tap and jazz, we're going into contemporary. So I mean, really, we offer everything, every dance style that you would need to kind of have that well-rounded dance experience.
So Jamie, what do you do with the shy kid who just wants to sit on the sidelines, afraid to get up?
They're my favorite. You hold them by the hand and you say, come up here and teach with me. And they're looking at you like, are you really going to pull me up there? But having them right next to you gives them that comfort. And then once they achieve one step, the confidence level through the roof, and then they start to really get out of their shell. And that's what I have parents too tell me, like, I thank you so much. They were so shy, they didn't want to talk to anybody. I couldn't get them, into preschool, but here they really feel safe. They really feel like they can achieve something. They love it here, and to me that's amazing. But you just really got to get them in there. You can't let them shy away. You got to say, look, come up here with me. I got you.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience, I think it helped me in my development.
Sure.
Just having the confidence to ask a girl for a dance. That's really hard, okay?
I'm telling you, I get it. And that's why I think they should have dance in school, because, not every boy is going to go to a dance class, right? But if they are forced to do it, then they'll have a little bit of knowledge and foundation where they can ask a girl to go dance. I mean, yeah.
So when I was younger, I was in a dance. It was called the Florence Shapiro School of the Social Graces, and we had receiving lines, and we wore suits with ties and white gloves, and we had a receiving line, and we learned how to shake hands. And then they had us in big circles, and the circles went opposite directions, and so you had to dance with a new partner, one after
terrifying.
Another, right? And then, but you had to ask a girl to go through the receiving line with you, and that was terrifying for me, because
I can imagine.
I was really, really short. I'm fairly normal now, but when I was 14 or 15 years old, I'm going to these dance classes, and I was way, way shorter than the girls,
right?
They were already full grown,
Yeah.
And I'd have to go up and ask somebody to dance, and then, so what I'm suggesting is that dance can really help you with your coordination, with your self-confidence, with your ability to interact with people.
Definitely. It's great for the social aspect, but it's also great for the human overall, because it teaches accountability. It teaches how to be organized, time management. There's all these things, and even going to an audition, I tell the girls all the time, I'm like, you need to audition as a child, because it's just like an interview. You're auditioning, you're on display for them, you're putting on a show, you're trying to convince them to give you that job. So dance can also offer you those kind of life-building skills that you're going to take that have nothing to do with dance, but ultimately will result in kind of giving you that confidence, because you kind of did it when you were younger.
So how can parents who are interested in putting their kids into your dance school get a hold of you and go check you out?
Yeah, right now we have open registration for all of our ages and all of our classes. You can visit us online at momentumdancearts.com. We have our registration open online, or you can come in and visit us. I mean, honestly, we take phone call registrations, online registrations, in-person registrations. We just want to get your kid in there. We're here for you with all the 3 locations that we have. There's something for everybody, and we're just so thrilled to be able to have this opportunity to talk about it.
So it's momentumdancearts.com.
Yes. Yes.
Momentum, momentum, Dance Arts. And what you should do is check it out if you have a young one that wants to get involved. What about the older students?
Yep, so we offer free trials for the youngest to the oldest. It doesn't matter if they want to try a class, they can. We have teen classes that are just for those teens who just decided, hey, I want to take a ballet class, but I haven't been doing it since I was 3 years old. So we offer just those generalized teen classes just for the oldest ones.
So if you're a teenager and you want to, for whatever reason, get back into ballet, there's teen classes. Now, tell us a little bit about the teaching staff there.
So we've been really fortunate. Obviously, I had a staff of 1 when I started. Now we have over 15 instructors. We have several that are coming from UF with their BFA. They just graduated. We've had several professionals come back who have been on Broadway, and I don't know how they found me in Alachua, but they've been on Broadway. They've worked at Disney. They've been rehearsal masters at various cruise ships, and they're teaching for me now. We just had the pleasure of having Jesse Dominguez, part of our team, who is the ballet instructor at Santa Fe College.
Well, did you know Jesse Dominguez was my partner in dancing?
No way! I love her. She's my favorite. Now I really got to get that video. I'm calling her. Oh man, she's the best.
Yeah.
Yes. So
well, she was like a national star in Cuba.
Oh yeah. And so now she's going to be on my teaching staff. So I'm one of my instructors. So I'm like super excited about that.
Now she was working at Santa Fe.
Yep, she is. I only get her 1 night a week, and but it's really great to have her there. And she does like intensives and workshops for us. But she's a great human and a great just a great ballerina.
I'm so excited for her career getting over to Santa Fe.
Yes.
I mean, for those of you that are at Santa Fe College in Gainesville, Florida, and you want to get some really great dance instruction, check out Jessie Dominguez, prima ballerina in the Cuban ballet, and then she's been in the United States for 10, 12 years, I think.
Yeah.
And her husband is at Miapa.
Yep.
And he's
a former ballerina too. So
I know.
Yeah.
He's at the town of Tioga.
Yep.
I think it's Miapa is how you're supposed to say it, but I'm a gringo, so
I say the same thing.
I say Miapa.
Yeah.
And they have one out in
Alachua. Yep, right next door to us too.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah,
it's in the same shopping strip. Well, good. So anyhow, dance in Gainesville has a rich history. I'm sure you've learned. I think because it's a university town, and I was telling Jamie that I grew up next to the Pofall family when I was a young lawyer. We moved in next to the Pofall family, and I didn't know anything about who my neighbors were. And then all of a sudden, this is back in the early '70s, and I was like, You're running the dance studio and stuff.
And they're still running strong, yeah.
And they're still doing it. And in Gainesville, there's been a rich tradition of dance for the kids. I think the University of Florida, we have lots of different performing arts studios.
Yes.
In addition to the University of Florida Performing Arts, there's the little theaters and the other theaters around that are available. So when it comes Christmas time, you can do,
take your pick.
What are your favorites for the kids for Christmas time?
We just started a holiday show, so we've been doing our own thing, and it's been really cool. Oak Hall supports us and helps us use their theater, so we go to Oak Hall every holiday, and we share a big holiday show in December, and so it's been really great. But The favorite's always the Nutcracker, Dance Alive's Nutcracker. We have kids in the area that get to audition for that and can participate in that. And I think it's really awesome. I wish we could collaborate more as performing arts neighbors, I guess you could say, amongst all of us and try to do more together. But that is one thing that the kids can do, and they can audition for the Nutcracker and be a part of something that's really been a great tradition for Gainesville.
Yeah, for those of you that haven't been to the Nutcracker, they do it during right before Christmas over at the Performing Arts Theater, and it's a first class.
Definitely.
I mean, you have the professional dancers, and Gainesville has a national ballet company, right?
Yeah.
How special is that?
That really is special, and the Poe Falls family were able to bring that in, and so yeah, it's definitely something that is very awe-inspiring to all of the kids in all the local studios here to have that here, because they are exposed to these really amazing dancers from all over the world.
Yeah, and I think that may be part of the secret sauce that we have. The university, the National Ballet Company, the rich tradition of dance. So Jamie, you're kind of in an important position because you're not just in Podunk, Arkansas, right?
Yeah. My kids are going to be going to the university, and they're going to be like, oh, those momentum kids, we want to make sure that they're set up for success, so that if they do get the opportunity to go to UF or Santa Fe, that they represent us to the fullest and, are well prepared.
Well, it's really cool when someone like Jamie Dominguez can come to your school even one time a week.
Yeah, definitely.
So that the kids go, oh, that's what a professional dancer looks like, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes. Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a lot of staff like that. We have Miss Yulia, who is also a former Dance Alive instructor with us, and we have a lot of great staff, and so the kids are really exposed to a lot of different backgrounds.
So again, I'm here with Jamie Perez, the owner of Momentum Dance Arts. You have a studios in Alachua, in Lake City, and soon to be Tech City, right?
Well, Tech City, yep, will be, and then Town of Tioga.
And then Town of Tioga. So for you, those of you that live on the west side of Gainesville, a perfect opportunity. Where is it located in Town of Tioga?
So we're right in the middle of the square. So we're right next to the stage in between 352 and the Gainesville Family Physicians. So it's really great space for us. A lot of local families, they ride their bikes to us, they drive their golf carts to us, and so it's been a really great location for us.
Yeah, so Town of Tioga is really, it used to be in the boonies, and now it's like right in the middle of town,
That's
right?
so true, yeah.
And I've known that area for a long time. In 1974, I was doing some real estate work before I got into personal injury. And across the street from where you are, there's a public shopping center. And I handled the legal work to buy that whole corner, 160 acres
Wow.
of land. And the client that I had was a professor of real estate. And he said to me, that area is going to become a major area because the green belt around the city of Gainesville goes 241 north. And that's Newberry Road and 241 north were that part of the green belt. So now that is actually becoming a center as far as attracting people who want to live in nice neighborhoods.
Yeah, definitely. It's grown even since I've been here, in 10, 15 years. It's really amazing to watch that area and how much it's developed. Yeah, it's really cool.
So those of you who are in Gainesville, actually, wherever you live, the studio is not too far away, whether it's Alachua, Town of Tioga, Lake City. And we got to give a shout out to our Lake City friends, right? Because you guys are great there, and Lake City is just such a beautiful community, lots of land, but at the same time, it's growing really nicely, and there's a lot going on, a lot of beautiful areas. We're good friends with a lot of the folks up there, and as a matter of fact, I try to get up there every once in a while and say hi to all of our friends in Columbia County. So we're getting near the end of the show, Jamie. Let's talk a little bit more about the, the when the classes run, when they start, how long they are after school. Let's talk about that so the moms and dads out there that are interested can see how it fits into their schedules.
Sure. Our classes run with the school year, so we're August to June. But with all sports now, it's a year-round thing. So we also offer summer classes. But our initial registration will be from August to June. We have our end of the year show in June, and then we start our summer classes. Summer is very short because then we're ready to gear up again for August. But all of our classes are from like 3 p.m. to like 9 p.m. Our younger kids are first. They go in around 3:30, 4:30, and then as the hours progress, then our older classes come in. And we also have Saturday classes and some Friday classes that we've added this year to kind of help those working parents who just have that 9 to 5 that can't get off.
So how do you evaluate the kids when they come in to see where they should be placed?
So I always like to hear from the parents. They kind of give me a background perspective of what they do at home, what they've been self-taught, like your granddaughter. I mean, they come in here really knowing a lot without any dance training. So then I'm like, okay, well, that's great. How about I meet them? Let's come in for an evaluation. They come in. I ask them to do a few simple things. And just from the years of experience, I can see just from like 5 steps where they need to be placed. And then I always tell the parents, let's start them somewhere and we can always move them. It's not like you start them in, the first level that they have to stay in the first level until June. So we constantly are evaluating the kids because we want them to grow at their pace, not at their friend's pace or not at their age. Because nowadays, the youngest kids are the most fiery ones and they progress a lot faster than when I was younger. So honestly, like we just take it class by class. The teachers are always in communication with the parents and their levels may change, several times over the course of, a few months just to get them in the right spot.
And what are you doing around the holiday time? Do you have any, you said the kids can audition for Dance Alive.
Yep, and then we have our own holiday show, which is really awesome. We do that early in December, and so that's been a new addition for us, and it's really been great because we take a spin off of the Nutcracker, but we do it the jazzy Nutcracker, so we kind of take a spin on the original traditional things, and then we kind of make it our own with a little bit of flair.
So we're here with Jamie Perez from the Momentum Dance Art Studio, and what we're trying to do is let everybody know that we have not only one but 3 different options if you're a young kid or even teenager wants to get involved in dance. What a great opportunity. Jamie will take your youngster in, teach you how to dance. What if you're a little older? What if you're not a teenager, but you're in your 20s or 30s and want to do dancing? Do you have any of those
We have
classes?
a few adult classes, yes. Primarily, we have hip hop and ballet.
Okay.
Those are the 2 hot spots right now. But we're always willing to kind of do a wild card situation and bring in an adult tap class here and there. But we're primarily children.
Well, it's been a wonderful chat with you, Jamie.
Thank you.
So it went pretty fast, right?
Yeah, it did.
And next time you won't be afraid to come on a podcast.
I guess not. I don't know. I think you made it really easy.
So anyhow, go to MomentumDanceArts.com and just get the process started. Come and meet Jamie. She'll make it easy. She'll find a great place for your kid. Or if you want to jump in, you can jump in too. And it's really very important in my mind for us to have well-rounded kids. It's not, academics are certainly important, but academics need to be supplemented with the arts. And what a wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much for being our guest on Meldon Law and Friends. And we'll be back next week for another exciting episode.